Welcome to presentation number 7. The topic will be humankind's purpose in life. The presentation time will be approximately 4 minutes. Humankind's purpose in life. You need a purpose in life to give direction to your daily being. Aristotle proposed in 336 BC that your purpose in life should meet 2 criteria. Number 1, it should be universal, that is to say, accepted by all denominations and cultures. Number 2, it should be infinite, that is to say, endless and never-ending. Happiness. Aristotle proclaims happiness meets these criteria. Number 1, it is universal, that is to say, all people seek happiness. Number 2 is infinite, that is to say, it is always available, never terminal. Some of Aristotle's proposals are no longer valid. However, his conceptualization of happiness some 2,500 years ago has withstood the sands of time and remains a meaningful purpose in life to live by. Happiness is an end in itself. It is the basic motive for everything you do in life. Happiness continued. Happiness differs from pleasure because pleasure is not an end in itself. Rather, it is a means to an end. For example, you receive pleasure from eating, but you receive happiness from fulfilling your nutritional needs. Eating only for pleasure is pleasure seeking, and it is considered a beastly act of conduct. Happiness continued. Happiness is the uppermost quality of feeling good about yourself. Happiness is not in conflict with divine decree or any other denominational covenant. Divine decree actually supports the moral values, comparing the desire for happiness. Happiness is an inalienable right. No one can deny you the right to pursue and experience happiness. Happiness is not endowed. It is not inborn. It must be acquiesced. You acquire happiness by practicing and habituating virtuous acts of conduct. Virtues. Aristotle proposes that identifying, practicing, and habituating the intellectual and moral virtues will fulfill your desire to consummate a life of complete happiness. The intellectual virtues include academic pursuits, your schooling, judicious deliberations, how you think, an objective search for the truth, your search for wisdom, and for attainment of practical wisdom. That's what you measure learning by. Virtues continued. K through 12 education provides the opportunity to practice these intellectual virtues and should be encouraged so that the nation's 50.3 million K through 12 students may fulfill their desire to pursue happiness. The following assembly of moral virtues, tables 1, 2, 3, is based on an extensive review of the literature and the societal virtues that have evolved throughout the years. Table 1 shows the proposed present-day golden mean virtues and their respective vices of extreme. You need to practice the golden mean virtues and avoid the vices of extreme excess and avoid the vices of extreme deficit. These virtues include courage, praiseworthiness, prudence, temperance, temper management, wealth moderation, friendliness. And Table 2 shows the proposed present-day virtues with a respective contra-vice. There is no golden mean virtues. And in the left side column, you'll see the virtues listed. These are the ones you need to practice to achieve happiness and avoid the contra-vices shown in the right side column. Table 2 continued shows more virtues listed in the left side column, which you're should practice to achieve happiness, and their contra-vices, which you should avoid to avoid unhappiness. And finally, Table 3 shows the proposed present-day vices without virtues. These are vices that have no virtues, and you need to avoid all of them if you expect to avoid the onset of unhappiness. In summary, the nature and definition of humankind's purpose in life was presented. Final comments. The next presentation is scheduled for October 31st, 2019. The title, To Be Announced. Share. Won't you please recommend youtube.com/Frank Roeder to your associates?